Alright, welcome back. Here we are, Tokyo to Sapporo, leg number 3. We're going to be heading out of RJTU, heading over to RJSN, departing from runway number 1 to runway number 29. It's going to be 96 nautical miles, so this is a long one. This one actually states 103, so that's with the flight plan. Adjusts for departure and arrival patterns. So we're going to get this thing going. We're going to do real time, real weather, close it up, get this thing going. So departing from runway number 1. You know, yesterday's was a little turbulent weather. I just checked windy.com and the weather doesn't seem too bad. So they have a little bit of a storm off the eastern coast, but it shouldn't affect our flight too much. We currently have a hurricane outside here in Florida, but I think we're in the worst of it now. I'm in northern Florida, so it doesn't we're not getting hit as hard as the Tampa area and the Sanibel Island area. So looks like partly cloudy. So we got clear for takeoff. We're gonna put on our map here. And yeah, so we're gonna head out. I thought we were on parking lot number 10, but it looks like we're just getting plopped onto runway number 1. So good times there. Don't need to worry about that. And we are gonna take off. Flaps are up. We are going to, we don't need to adjust our heading at all. We do need to adjust our altitude though. So our cruising altitude here will be 5,500 feet. One over, alright, we good enough there. Everything good. What are we missing? Anything? I don't think so. We're gonna release the parking brake and throw full throttle, and we're gonna bust out of here. So appreciate you guys tuning in as we do our journey here up through, starting from Tokyo, ending in Sapporo. So looks like we got nice weather today. We're gonna hit this downslope. I don't know if you ever noticed, but the runways slope up and down for both are. One is good for landing, one's good for takeoff. So we're going to try to take off on this upslope, but plane just took off on itself. So we are good to go and airborne. We're going to adjust our map here. We're going to turn on autopilot for a little bit. We can leave it in pit though. Alright, so we're good to go there. We're going to check the map here, see what the top elevation is. So we'll try to keep this as low to the ground so that we can actually see the scenery. So this part here, 8,000, we're actually going to go altitude hold so that we can see some of the city over here. The altitude does rise up to about 4,400 feet above ground level. So we are going to have to adjust at some point. But we got time here to climb. It looks like it's a relatively gradual climb. It looks like 1,800 feet, 22, 27, 3,100 with a peak of about 4,300 feet above ground level. So, but we got a little ways here that we can enjoy the city, see what's going on down here. Definitely packed in residential area. Nice view at the background. We're gonna hit those mountains a little bit. That's our first one. That's gonna be, we're gonna set our altitude to about 2,000. Let's go ahead and turn that knob down to about that. That'll work. And then we're going to go into FLC mode to get our pitch up there, and we're going to adjust our vertical speed limit so that we can ascend our climb. That'll fix our RPM as well. So very nice scenery there. We are crossing over E4. That's the name of that highway. So if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Appreciate it. What we do here on this channel nowadays is we're going to create some bush trips, sort of around the world, and we also have a NeoFly career mode that we started up that we are currently on. Let's see what day we are on. We're currently on day number 17, so we're cruising along. We're gonna find a spot to build our airport as we build up some money, so to build that airport. So that's where we're at now. We hired some pilots. They're earning us some money. We're taking some trips, earning some money, doing some live stuff with that as well as we document the journey along the way. So tune into those Neo flights as our career mode. What is that over there? I wonder if that was a plane stuck in the mountain. Alright, we are going to check our elevation again. We're still looking pretty good. Next elevation rise will be to 2,100 feet, which we are there. Or no, that can't be right. Yeah, we're looking at 3,300 feet. So we're going to go ahead and start our climb to about 3,300 feet. Turn on FLC mode and adjust our vertical speed, and we hit our climb. And that fixes our RPM. Should turn off. There you go. So we're in for the long haul here. We are looking at 85 nautical miles to our destination. It's going to be about 44 minutes and 31 minutes to the top of our descent. So once we hit our approach line, I'm looking out the window now because I hear the rain pounding on the window as our Hurricane Milton passes through. are in altitude hold mode. Why did we go up? Oh, because we still got 3,300. I think I'm too tired. There you go. Now we got it. Let's get a little exterior view here. Clear skies. What do you think? Which way is the nicer view? That? Or that with the river? I kind of like the river. We'll go along the way. We got a little ways. That's nice as well. So you get both the river with the fork in the river and the mountains with the clouds in the backdrop. That's pretty nice. So we're in the Cessna Skyhawk 172. This is the Garmin 1000 instrument system. Pretty easy to navigate once you learn the ins and outs of what everything does. So we got our autopilot, heading adjustments, navcom adjustments, navcom volume, which we'll actually turn down a little bit. And then we got our navigation system here with our flight plan that's preloaded in there that we did through nav maps. And then we got our lighting system, parking brake, this is our trim, our flaps are, this is our throttle, our gas mixture here, and our flaps are kind of hidden behind the yoke over there, so you kind of got to reach down over there and hit your flaps down, which adjust right over there. Oops, we are down. So our flaps over there, once we get our landing down, we'll go to about 10-15 degrees. And yeah, it's a nice little plane, I like it. Alright, so we're going to hit our next adjustment here. We got to get to about 4,000 feet. Let's go ahead and rise up a little more. As we navigate our way around up and through these mountains here. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so we're going to climb up to 5,100 feet. Actually, we'll go to just... We'll go, yeah, a little bit, that's close enough. Adjust our vertical speed so that we can get up there. Nice little town in that valley there. Let's go ahead and get an exterior view of that. Cut right through the two mountain ranges with the river cutting through. So they got a water source. Currently holding at about 90. Yeah, I was looking at nav maps here, or not nav maps, the weather map, windy, and it seems like off to our right and a little bit behind us, they got a little tropical system going on, but it shouldn't affect us none too much on this flight. So, I believe we saw this guy the other day, JAL 408. So you got another town down there. It's a nice little lake there, kind of getting puddled up in between the mountains. Alright, and what it looks like as far as the terrain goes, we have enough clearance to get through the next top point of our flight, and then it's going to drop off and then rise back up again. So I'm going to guess that rise back up again may be that one back there in the distance. We will see. It's a very thick forest on those mountains. Got a nice bridge down there. A couple of them, or yeah, it's 3 of them at least. You got 1 bridge, 2 bridges, 3 bridges going across the river. And a 4th one hidden behind the trees. Have a peek down here and see what's going on. See that way. Wow, is that a road that goes up and down there? Close-up view. Cessna 172. Check out what's going on over here behind this mountain ridge. As we do our tour here on leg number 3, so there's 10 legs in total on this trip as we head up north. And this runway that we're coming up to is pretty much right on the water, so it should be a nice landing as far as the view goes. Alright, man, I am exhausted. I think I got like 2 hours of sleep last night, and I got a long day ahead of me, and we got a hurricane outside, so right after this, I'm going to get some rest, and am definitely going to look forward to that. Want to get this flight done so that I can get it edited. It may be a little late today. I do apologize for that, but like I said yesterday, we may adjust our time on posting The 6 a.m. deadline may be a little tough for me when I'm busy, and things have been very busy lately, so man, that is a nice mountain. Let's have a cockpit view of that. I think this might be our thumbnail right here. Let's go ahead and do this. Can we do this in time? We don't want that, we want this. Whoop, that's nighttime. Does that look any better? A little sunrise. Where is the sun? Sun's over there. Sunset probably would have been better. There's the sunset. What do you guys think? That for the thumbnail? I think that looks pretty good. I think we got a winner. Yeah, I like the top view a little bit better, just like that. And then we'll turn it back on to real time. We just wanted to get a thumbnail. Oh, I do like that right there. That looks phenomenal. Alright, so we got our thumbnail. We'll throw it back on to real time. Yeah, so real time, the sun's over there. It's almost I forgot how many hours difference it is. It's in the afternoon, I know that. So it's probably like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. Local time. Let's zoom in down here and see what those little 6 green things are. I think it's just like a little garden or something. Is that a golf course? Ladies and gentlemen, we got a golf course. That would be a nice one to play. Let's go ahead and turn on our maps here. This was off to our left. I don't know how you pronounce that, so I will move this over. But this is the golf course over here. So there's the name of the country club. I will not even attempt to try to pronounce that because I know my limits. Alright, so we'll adjust our view here. We are definitely at the peak of our flight here as we skim over these mountains. Some nice mountain range. We're going to be passing over 280 that intersects with 401 in just a couple of minutes. So we have 33 more miles to the top of our descent. This is that area that's going to dip down and then it rises up again to about the elevation that we're at now. And then there's another couple of little peaks and valleys, but overall it drops down. And the runway, so we are currently sitting, let's adjust our altimeter, get an accurate reading. Altimeter is good. So we're currently sitting at about 5,100 feet. Our runway sits at a very impressive 18 feet above sea level. So like I said, it's going to be right on the water. We're going to drop out of this mountain range and hit on the west coast and make our way over there. So I will actually show you the airport here. So here it is. We're looking at the Sea of Japan over there, the East Sea. And we are going to be landing on runway number 28. It's an asphalt runway, almost 8,200 feet in length. And yeah, so we're going to be sitting right out there. This is, it looks like a, for the planes that land on the water, they can dock over there. A few parking spots here. We got parking 4 through 15, it looks like, with a couple of gates. Taxiway B, taxiway A. So we'll probably land here, turn off maybe on the 3rd taxiway. This is going to be the fuel pump area maybe. And yeah, so we'll probably turn off on the 3rd one, turn on to taxiway A, and head over to one of these parking decks. So maybe we'll see some of the bigger planes parked in the gates 0 to 3. So be a nice airport to look at. We're currently right here. This is the elevation that I'm looking at. When I reference how high these elevation points, I basically move this cursor over to the peak, and I look over here to the left or right. So this way, now it's on the right, tells me what the ground level is. This one is 4166, and I usually tack on about 1,000 onto that to make sure I get clearance of whatever mountain range that is and get away from the effects of the wind that slope up and over the hilltops. So RJSN, 18 feet above sea level. We're going to be coming up to our descent. So let's go ahead and go back over here. Looks like we got some cloud cover. So we'll be flying through that. I think we may actually just skip through that. Not too bad, just hitting the bottom part of that cloud. So not too much going on this flight. Other than me being super tired. Zoom in on our navigation system here. Alright, and we can probably tune into, this is a VFR flight, so it's been relatively calm on the radio. So we're going into RJSN, so we will turn on and get communication with the tower. We're hoping to land on runway number 28. Alright, that's our flight plan. We're entering left into runway number 28. Alright, so as soon as we pass over this peak here, that peak sits at 4,000 feet. We'll keep it at the 5,000. The next one, the next two are 2,600. So we can drop our elevation down to, we'll say 3,600 right after we pass that. Oh, big yawn. Adjusting our altimeter, it's still sitting at 29.85. Got little snow caps on the top of that. Alright, so we got clear. See how the plane lifts up like that? That is the wind shear from the mountain. So any lower than that, we probably would have stalled out. So a little turbulent. Going over the mountains, always dangerous. Always a dangerous flight that you got to pay attention to. So, but we cleared that now, so we are good to go to drop down to our next elevation, which will be, we said 3,300, right? Alright, so let's drop down to 3,300. Right thereabouts. It should be good enough. We'll do that, and then we're going to reduce our throttle to about 50%. I'm going to have to fly through some fog over here. We got 4,500. $4,200. Checking on our nav map, we are just under 9 minutes from US RO2, which is the top of our descent. Or top of our approach line. Our descent is TOD, which is, alright, so we are there. We're going to increase our throttle again. Pitch the nose down. So there's the EC, or Sea of Japan. Our runway is going to be off, probably obscured by this mountain a little bit. Runway is probably over here somewhere. or no. Our runway is going to be right there, I think. I think that inlet there is the Agano River. Alright, our next peak here is 2,400 feet. We should be good to go with the 3,300. We're going to adjust our barometer or altimeter just in case. Let's see if we get any wind shear off of this. So a lot of times what happens is the wind will whip up and around this mountain and kind of like go right over it depending on the wind direction. And right now the wind direction is going, let's check the wind, it's 14 knots going right behind us and to the left. So the wind's whipping around over here at 14 knots, which is a halfway decent clip. So we should get a little bit of a lift as we go over this mountain. So I am currently hands-free. We'll see if we get kicked up with the wind or not. Just a little shake on there. Just a little bit, not too much. I guess there it goes, a little delayed. So we passed over that mountain within 500 feet. And our runway is going to be just on the other side of this river, which is the Agano River. So now that we passed over that, we can start our final descent here. So runway almost at sea level, 18 feet above ground level. We're going to adjust this all the way down to, let's say, 1,100. And we're going to do a slow controlled descent. Our throttle to about 70. We'll try that. And we'll just watch our climb rate. So I don't know if you ever noticed, but this pink line shows you your vertical speed. Bigger the pink line, the steeper the decline or ascent is. So we'll probably be leveling out there. We can actually reduce our throttle a little more. We'll go about 50%. That will help our descent rate. Check on ATC. We should get clear for landing at some point as we make our approach here. So since we are a little closer to the airport, we're going to zoom in on our navigation map. So right there, as we make our approach to RJSN, we're going to be turning on our approach, top of our approach at USR02 for final. quick scan around here. This might be a good thumbnail as well. Maybe we'll use this one. And it seems like from that, we're leveling out. So we're going to increase our throttle a little more. Adjust our altimeter. Airport will sit. Just on the other side of that. We're going to be making a right-hand turn. Our airport is not going to be sitting over there. It's going to be sitting right there. Alright, that might be a decent thumbnail. We'll use that. Alright, so we're going to zoom out here. We're going to turn not ATC, we're going to turn autopilot off. Take full control. We're going to reduce our speed here as we make our descent. To the Agano River that we're passing over with the Sea of Japan over to the right. Nice, smooth, buttery landing. Alright, I think we'll be able to take the first taxiway. There we go. Alright, so there's the gates over there. Alright, so we did make the first taxiway. Alright, we're going to be parking in one of these. I did. Alright.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Cross runway 28 Alpha Cross runway 22 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
We're going to cut through here. I don't see anybody directing traffic, so we're just going to pick one. And this one seems good over here. Parking number 9. Oh, somebody's in it. Somebody's also in 8. It's a busy airport today. So that's parking number 8. That's parking number 7. We'll take number 6. No valet parking today. So there you go, parking number 6 done and complete. So once again, guys, appreciate you tuning in. I'm gonna go get some rest. We got a hurricane outside, and got a long day ahead of me. So appreciate you tuning in. We'll get this posted as soon as possible, and probably gonna skip the Neo Fly live session today, and we'll pick that up again tomorrow. So until then, stay safe, and we will see you on the next one.